Alright guys, so I'm gonna take you guys around and give you some plant updates. It's gonna be completely random. I'm just gonna like take a look around and see what I want to share with you guys. So there are some exciting updates. For example, the first one is this guy here. I'm gonna take him out. This here is my Philodendron Florida Ghost. It finally put out a white leaf. The story on this guy is, you see the stump? This was what was basically left of it. I chopped the plant completely down. I actually don't remember why I did that, but there was a reason. And I rooted this in water, I think like 2 years ago, before I moved here. And it started putting out leaves that were just like this, like completely green. And I wasn't really surprised. What was I expecting, really? I was lucky it put out any leaves. So, and then it kept putting out more and more green leaves. The leaf shape, as you can tell, got more mature with each new leaf. And then it surprised me with this white one. I was like, yes, finally! The ghost is back. So you can see here. So if any of you are unfamiliar with this particular philodendron, Florida Ghost, what it does is the new leaves will come out white or cream, and it will slowly fade, not fade, it will slowly turn into a green color like this. So as new leaves come in and as older leaves start changing colors, it's a beautiful kind of combo of different shades of cream, mint, green. So it's beautiful. Like my plant, when I first got it, it used to look like just a rainbow of shades of cream turning into green. So yeah. So I was really excited, and I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy that it decided to put out this leaf for me, and I'm really grateful. So grateful. Okay, so let's put him back. Another plant I definitely want to share with you guys is this beautiful, gorgeous Scindapsus exotica. Look how gorgeous it is. Oh my gosh, it is, the leaves are so big and so, oh my god, it's just beautiful. I never expected this plant to turn out like this, because if I could find a photo of the before of this plant, I actually had this sitting somewhere else. It was like a really small plant. I think it was like a 2-3 leaf cutting, and I was about to give up on it because it was just not doing much. And then I moved it to this spot and it got even worse. But then I just kind of left it alone, and here is by my east facing window, but it really doesn't get much light during the winter time. But still, it manages. Look at these leaves. It's so gorgeous. I love it. I hope it continues to stay happy, and it seems to like the amount of light it's getting, which is really minimal. It might get like an hour most of sunlight in the very early morning hours during the winter season, or fall winter season. So yeah, I'm really proud of this little lady here. Look at those leaves. Look at the size of those. This is my hand. Yeah, really love this. On the contrary, I'm going to show you another Scindapsus that's not doing quite as well. Up here, hanging, I have my Scindapsus pictus Silver Splash, I think this one is called. Okay, I think I need to repot this, and maybe you'll be happy with a repot. I think the soil dries out too fast on this one. And it's just the leaves are not very happy looking all the time. Like, it's constantly putting out new growth, but other than that, I don't feel like it's really filling out. Maybe it is and I'm just not noticing. The top is doing really well. I think it's just a certain couple of vines that are not, and maybe there's something wrong with the roots on these vines because they're separate cuttings in here. So maybe I just need to take a look at it when I get a chance. It's gonna be on my to-do list. Okay. You guys always love updates on my Passiflora trifasciata. So this is the mother plant that I've been chopping and propping and chopping and propping a lot. And look at her. Look at her. She is one tough cookie. Because I don't know what I put her through. And by the way, this pot that's in, I have not changed it in years. I don't even know what the condition of the soil is anymore, but you could just tell by the pot. Like, look at it. It's old. The soil is old. Everything is old about this plant. But it is still chugging along. Look at that. So we got, I'm trying to make the middle here a little more full, and I think it's starting to happen. So I want to show you guys the cuttings that I made from this mother plant, and it's growing really nicely. And here it is. Look at this. Look how full this pot is. Tell you guys how proud I am of this. This was literally, I think, how many cuttings was it? I don't know. Maybe a handful of cuttings, maybe 3, 4. And look at it. It just kind of took off when I potted it up. Look at her, oh my gosh. I could spend all day just standing here looking at her. And if any of you are struggling with your Passiflora, I find, and I keep saying this, the most important thing to me that I find with, at least with my plants, is consistent and very frequent watering. I water her literally every other day. That, and also because I do use terracotta, so I might have to water a little more frequently than someone who's using like ceramic or plastic pots. But I do water her very frequently, and I do have to make sure that she doesn't dry out for too long. Otherwise, she will start dropping leaves. Leaves will start curling and drying out, and it'll look very crispy and it'll just fall off. So yeah. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to talk about this plant right behind her, because this is another very proud propagation. This is a propagation off of the Peperomia scandens variegata. I think this type of variegation is called mypetitegarden or something like that. It's different than the regular variegated Peperomia scandens, where the variegation is creamy on the outside. This, as you can see, is lighter green on the inside. Let me see if I can find a better example there. Yeah. So it's actually a very, very beautiful Peperomia. I took a whole bunch of cuttings from my mother plant because the leaves were curling. I just didn't like it. So I was like, you know what? Let's chop it up. Because anytime a plant of mine doesn't look like it's happy, I just take some propagations. And look how gorgeous it is now. I think the Peperomia scandens is one of the most beautiful plants, and it's so easy to grow and super underrated. So yeah, got that going. And let me show you guys the mother plant that I have hanging by the window. Here we go. So what I was talking about was like this. The leaves were, will it focus? The leaves are kind of curling like this. Yeah. So you can definitely see a difference between this and the propagation, because I feel like the propagation looks a lot healthier. Right? Yeah. And I think the mother plant kind of lost some of the variegation too. Anyways, at least I have that one. Okay. Oh, and here is this is the regular variegated version, or the one that you see more often. And I think this one is beautiful too. This is the regular variegated Peperomia scandens, and this is the one with the cream outer variegation. Yeah. I think I might take some cuttings of this one too. So it just hangs by the window here. So this is a geranium that I got, I think, this past spring. And this is two types of geraniums, well, two different color flowers. And you'll notice that it is blooming, it's got blooms. So this is white, and focus, this is pink. I would probably think of pinching the flowers, but I'm just so desperate for some blooms during this winter season that I think I might let it bloom out. But normally I think around this time you might just want to pinch your flowers so that your plant can focus on leaf growth and, you know. But it is filled out so nicely. I think this is probably the healthiest it's looked, because I kind of neglected it over the summer. I had it outside, so I didn't really have time to go check on it all the time. And I think it was getting a little too much sun. But in here, I've been watering it regularly now, so it's looking a lot fuller and it's so lush now. Oh, I love the smell of geranium. Even just the foliage, when you touch it, it has this smell. I can't really explain it, but it smells so fresh. I don't know. Yeah, I love it. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. And this little bloom stalk. Ollie's next to me, so if you hear anything, that's him. Moving on into the bedroom. This is the Matophyllum Xanadu that I rehabbed in a recent video. It has put out so many new leaves now, and it's loving its new spot. So it's filling out, and I'm really happy and so grateful. I think this is the newest leaf. I hope it continues to do well. And then I have a little update here. This Syngonium Chia Pens Frosted Heart, also part of the rehab I did. This is the one that I ended up not doing anything to in that video. And it put out that leaf right there. Oh, can you guys see? Okay. This leaf right here. And then now it's putting out this leaf, and it looks like it's gonna be a big one. So we are very happy with that. Seems to be liking the spot, so it might have just been a matter of placement of where the plant was, and it just wasn't happy. A couple of you asked me regarding my plant imports from the last time I worked with a Indonesian plant seller. So they had sent me some plants, I think back in May, and a couple of you asked me for some updates. So I don't have all the plants up here, but I'll give you the two that are doing the best. So this is the variegated burrow marks. It has grown significantly. Let's see how many leaves it is now. If you guys did not watch that unboxing video, I'll have it linked in the description so you could go back and kind of refer to what these plants look like before today. This actually had, I think, a few more leaves. I had to trim down some of them because they were growing all green, so I didn't want it to revert. I know during the colder season it's a little harder for me to keep up with the variegated plants because they tend to want to revert when it's not getting enough light. And I don't have enough grow lights in the world to keep them all happy. Speaking of plants that are not happy with the colder season, my Perizo Verde, which was also part of that import, during the summer it was doing amazing. So let me show you the leaf that it came with originally, right? All green. This was the first leaf it put out. I think it was unfurling while it was during transit. It's all green, no big deal. And then it put out beautiful, beautiful variegated leaves. That one. I think this was the next one to come out. So after that all green leaf, this one came out. I'm just following the stem to see. And then this one. Beautiful, right? And a good size too. And then check out the next one. The next one is this guy here. Look at that leaf. Gorgeous. Really big, really sizing up. And then this one was the next one. And you can see the temperature is starting to get colder. And apparently the variegation on this leaf is kind of based on the temperature. So, which I kind of noticed is the case for sure, because during the height of summer, this plant was putting out the most beautiful variegated leaves. As soon as the temperature dropped, even just a little bit, it started putting out leaves that are a lot more greener. And this was the latest leaf it put out. It is a gigantic leaf, but it is all green. And I'm not surprised. There's no way I can give it like 80-degree temperature in the middle of winter, right? So yeah, I'm okay with it as long as it's still growing. We'll see what it looks like as the season progresses. If I have to, I'll keep trimming it back and then just wait for the warmer season to come and then let it do its thing. So yeah. This is the Hoya Tequila Sunrise. Oh my goodness. I think I repotted it on camera with you. And look, it put out this new leaf. Oh my god, look at the veining. And then now it's putting out two more. And then I also saw one on the bottom there, right there. Oh my goodness. It's doing lovely. The leaf isn't sun stressed because it's still cold. So I usually put it by my south-facing window. That window right there in the background there. But right now it's under lights. So when I have a little space, I'll probably put it on the south window. But it's growing so well now that I don't want to move it. I can always sun stress it later. Yeah, it's not really sun stressing underneath lights. I wonder if it's too far, but we'll see. But I'm just happy it's growing. It's so beautiful. So that's what it would look like if it's sun stressed. It's red. Hence its name, I think, or maybe it's from the blooms. I'm not sure. This hasn't bloomed for me yet. Okay, I don't have an Christmas or Thanksgiving cactus. I kind of prefer the Easter cactus because of the way the leaves are. See, the edges are rounded and I find that very cute. So that's what I am drawn to, I guess. I moved it up here because I wanted to give it like a dark period where it's not getting so much light in hopes that it will bloom next spring. I don't know if it will, but it probably needs also a cold period too, which is not that cold up here right now. But it kind of exploded in growth once I moved it to this spot. If you could see all these new growth points. So all of these kind of reddish, brownish tips, all new growth points. And it wasn't doing this when it was downstairs. I had it by my bay window, so that's really exciting. I mean, even if it doesn't bloom, this is exciting. Let me know how your plants are doing during this kind of transition period from autumn to winter. Alright, so I think that's all I have to share for this video. Hope you guys enjoy that, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye!